Hi everybody, welcome back to On the Glide Slope. Today we're going to do a viewer request flight. I had a request to do some island hopping around the Pacific Northwest, and during the ORBX sale I downloaded the Pacific Northwest scenery, and I really haven't flown around it at all. So today we're going to do just that. We're in the A2A Simulations Cessna 182 Skylane, and we are going to take off from Arlington Field, north of Seattle. We're going to fly west and do a landing at Eisenberg Field out on Whidbey Island. Normally we would fly below the Whidbey Naval Air Station, Charlie airspace there, or at least get permission to enter. Today we probably won't worry about that. Then we're going to fly southwest to land at a private airstrip at Diamond Point, which is just off by Protection Island. Then we're going to fly north to drop off some virtual passengers at Friday Harbor on San Juan Island. Then we'll fly generally north as well to Orcas Island, where we'll drop off some more virtual passengers. Then we're going to head generally northeast to land at Bellingham International, and then south back to Skagit Regional, and then down south to where we started at Arlington. All told, this route is about 130 nautical miles. Should take us about an hour and 30 minutes. We're not going to fly too high today. We're going to move along at a altitude of 2,500 feet, give or take, and just sort of read the ATIS and make the landings as we go. I'll edit this video a couple of times. Also, I'm not using the GTN 750 GPS today. I'm using the Weather Advantage radar from Rex and Milviz, and you never know when you're going to run into weather and in the Pacific Northwest, so I thought we'd work with that as well. So I'll just be running off of the 4-flight navlog here as we go. And we're not going to be flying any VORs, we're just going to be using Dead Reckoning. And that's the plan. So keyboard.
Kilo, Alpha, Whiskey, Oscar, automated weather observation, 2151 Zulu. Wind 253 at 8. Visibility greater than 20 miles. Sky condition, few clouds at 4,300. Temperature 21 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 3005.
Airspeed's at 80.
Runway 34.
There we go. Trim to climb at about 80 knots. Okay. We're flying off the runway, so now we'll turn to our heading of 270. Short leg here, it's only going to be about 15 minutes. And again, we're going to fly at about 2,500 feet. Okay, we're getting close to about 10 nautical miles out from Eisenberg, so we would switch over to the ATIS, get the weather, 134.15. That in front of us there is Whidbey Island. So, and that's Oak Harbor, so the field should be right in here. And again, I should be heading straight at it. So I'm going to fly a little bit to the north, and then we'll cross over midfield to the south, and then make a turn in so we can do left traffic
Kilo
into.
Sierra Hotel November, traffic Cherokee 7 Hotel Golf is on crosswind, runway 5.
Okay, so crosswind for runway 5. Interesting. That's a different airfield, I think. I didn't hear the call. That also in real world is why I always finish a CTAF call with what airport you're talking about, because it's not uncommon to have multiple airports within the radius of each other for VHF radio to have the same frequency. So, you know, you always start with Eisenberg, you know, tell your position, what you plan to do, and then finish with Eisenberg. Because if you only hear the back half of the call, then you know where the guy's coming from and what he's talking about. Okay, I think I see what is supposed to be the strip. Yeah, that doesn't look safe, does it? Well, if you can't see an airfield that you're clearly supposed to land at, you probably shouldn't land at it. So, we will do a low approach and then go on to our next strip, which is going to be Diamond Point, which is going to be on a heading of...
Kilo Sierra Hotel November, traffic Cherokee 7 Hotel Golf is on final, runway 5, touch and go, left traffic.
Yeah, so that's supposed to be the field right there. Well, let's give it a go. What the heck? It's only a simulation. Full flaps. Mixture's all rich. Little bit of a slip here. Lose some altitude. Here we go. Not much of a go around here. Full brakes. Well, that was exciting, but we did it. Flaps up, drop off our virtual passengers, and then try to get out of here alive. Taking off with the wind. See how that works. Okay, here we go. Short field takeoff.
Kilo Sierra Hotel November, traffic Cherokee 7 Hotel Golf is on crosswind, runway 5.
This is kind of hard to steer. There we go. That was something else. All right. Exciting. On to the next strip. Off to Diamond Point, which is a private airstrip. Diamond Point. Has no METAR. It's an asphalt strip, 2,300 feet. And it is heading 210. So we got to go this way. Another great scenery package from ORBX. In this particular view here, we're flying at the Olympia Peninsula. So those would be the Olympia Mountains in the distance. And yeah, it's good stuff. Beautiful. Looks like the real thing. Yep, this is a more reasonable airstrip than the last one. I can tell you that. So, looking at the field, we're crossing right over midfield right now. And we'll come down here and we'll do another 45-degree entry. It looks like the Earth comes up to us a little bit here, so we want to be careful not to get too far below pattern altitude, which is about right here, 1,200 feet. Don't pitch up.
Kilo Sierra Hotel November, traffic Cherokee 7 Hotel
Not
Golf.
quite sure what that is.
Runway 5.
We're having some kind of a control problem here. Oh, come on, prepared. ORBX, don't freak out on me. That was weird. I don't know if that was an issue with the A2A or what. Still doing it. Pause. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that was, but I think I've got it fixed. Well, not really. Some kind of problem here with how the airplane is performing. I don't know if it's that I just was stalling it, but it wasn't stalling, or what. But in that turn, it really started to act weird, and it kind of messed up this approach. But I'm not going to go around because I don't have the time or the energy, so we'll just try to lawn dart this baby.
Kilo Sierra Hotel November,
Yeah.
traffic Cherokee 7 Hotel Golf is on downwind, runway 5.
So let's presume. See if we can stop before we go off the cliff. Parking brake. No! Yeah, so that was interesting. I don't know if it was something with A2A's air modeling, that when I got down, close to stall speed in a turn, it started to do that. I don't know if it was the control sensitivity on the yoke. It looks like we're still alive. I might quickly check the airplane and make sure nothing's broken, so I'm going to take a pause and do that. Okay, well, the good news is we've got nice beefy tires on this Cessna 182, and we have some traffic coming here. I probably better take off before they try to take off. But I just taxied back down off that hill, down the grass onto the field, and then also I just went into the scenery menu and reconfigured and just clicked it, and it seems to have repositioned all the scenery. So we will get ready for takeoff here. Flaps are up, airplane's clean. Get out of here before that Piper tries to go. But that was a very interesting experience between the way the flight model changed and the scenery off. It's not kind of flying I like to do. But we're off onto our next flight. So dropped off 2 passengers, picked up a 3rd. Airspeed's alive, 80 knots. There we go. Okay. So our next leg. Our next leg is to Friday Harbor. So far, 2 airports on our route, and both have been adventurous. Now for Friday Harbor, we're going to fly across Puget Sound, close to Canada, and come on San Juan Island. And Friday Harbor has, let me get us trimmed out here. There we go. This leg, we should be on this leg for about 14 minutes, 23 nautical miles. We just crossed over the Port Townsend National Wildlife Refuge, and again we'll stop at about 2,500 feet, so we'll finish our climb here. Pattern altitude for Friday Harbor is 1,100 feet. And there is a CTAF frequency we can use as we get closer. And it looks like there's weather as well, so we'll deal with all that as we go. We're coming up on San Juan Island now. This in front of us is Castle Point. I can already see the Decatur Shores airfield over there. I can see their VASI system, and I think I see the red dots of Friday Harbor in front of us. Friday Harbor has a DME frequency we could tune into, or an ADF frequency if we wanted to. Let's see what we have here. For 1-6, 4 light pappies on both sides. So that's good. The actual heading is 161, so we'll just change our heading here to 161 so we can visualize that. We're making a slow descent down to 1,100 feet, which is our pattern altitude. Okay, we are downwind for Friday Harbor. I'd make a CTAF call. Friday Harbor traffic, Skyline 15 Julia Golf is downwind for 26. I'm sorry, downwind for 16 Friday Harbor. Okay, we're beam the numbers, cut the throttle, in the wide arc, first notch flaps. Keep the nose set. There's a mountain here. Don't want to crash into that. We're going to turn to the numbers. Friday Harbor, Skyline 15 Julie Golf is turning to the numbers for final. Friday Harbor. Next notch of flaps. According to the VASI, we're low, so we'll just fly this same altitude until we intercept the glide slope. Friday Harbor, Skyline 15 Julie Golf, turning on to final for 16 Friday Harbor. Final notch of flaps. Feel that crosswind working on me. Come on, rudder. There we go. There's the float. The second landing. Come on. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be done. We will taxi off and drop off our next passenger.